guys, and welcome to my new series, Makeup for Dummies. So in this series, I will have episodes and I will go in depth, really in depth to each makeup step that I do, just in case you have any questions or answers. This was an idea my sister gave me, so I am doing these for her. It was her request that I do these. However, whoever else feels like they could use the tips, feel free to tag along and to comment below and to interact with me. I am not a professional makeup artist by any means necessary. These are the things and the steps that I take to doing my own makeup, okay? So that's what I'll be sharing with you guys, my tips and tricks on how I do my makeup, okay? So welcome, and today our main focus is solely going to be foundation. This is just going to be a video about foundation, and these are how the episodes are going to go, really in depth into each step when applying makeup, okay? So guys, for me, the first thing that you want to do is you want to wash your face, okay? So you must wash your face with soap before doing anything, okay? So we're gonna go ahead into the bathroom now and we're gonna go wash our face. Come on, let's go. So guys, what I like to use to wash my face, I use the Bar Dove soap, and I use the white. Guys, this is the one that I use. I have very dry skin and my skin is very, very sensitive to breakouts. So I find this does help me with my skin from it being itchy, and does do a very thorough and deep cleanse. So I rub it on my hands and then I rinse off my hands. I am using strictly cold water. I am not using any hot water, as you can see. So I'm gonna rub some on my hands and now I'm going to wash my face. And pow, we have a clean face, yay! Hey guys, so now we have a cleaned canvas to work with. I like to use, because I have such dry skin and we are in the winter months, well, I use this all year round, but mainly in the winter, I like to use Cortisone 10, and this is for eczema, but if you read at the bottom, it says 7 intense, I'm sorry, let's see if we can focus here. 7 intense moisturizers, vitamins A, C, and E. So it has a lot of good benefits for the face for people with dry skin. And you know how your face can get really dry and it starts to itch and stuff? That happens to me. So this also helps with that. So I take like a dime size amount. I rub it in my hands and then I go all over my face. Like this. That feels so good. So good. Yes, hunty. And there we go. Next, guys, I like to use an under eye cream to keep my under eyes very nice and moisturized, simply because when you put on makeup or just a day-to-day, it gets dry under there, and that's how you get wrinkles faster. So I like to take care of my skin. So I am going in with this, I got in my Ipsy bag. It's called the True Cream Moisturizing Balm. I hope you guys can see that. And it's just a little sample size that I'm testing out right now. I usually use the Clinique under eye, but I am testing this out. And I'm just gonna dab that. I'm just gonna put that right under my eye. Sometimes I put it on top of my lid, and just to give it moisture to that area. Let me get my mirror so I can stop looking sideways. And we're just gonna tap that on the bottom, like so. Okay, so you could get any under eye. I would recommend Clinique or the Marc Jacobs one. Those are really great under eye creams. And I will link them in the description bar down below for you, okay? And I like the Clinique one because it does the job, and it has lasted me 3 months. I think it was a $50 bottle, small $50 bottle, but it lasts me 3 months. Because remember, this is only for your under eyes, guys, so you don't have to go crazy using it all the time. I use mine twice a day. I wash my face in the morning and I wash my face at night, and I moisturize, and I like to put this in there. So there we go. Next, I have my little fan brush, and I just fan all that goodness of that moisturizer into my face. Oh guys, and this is a luxury right here. It feels amazing. You always want to be sure to take care of your skin, guys. Before you put on makeup, you always have to make sure that you care for your skin, because if you don't and you put makeup on top of skin without caring for it, you're going to eventually damage your skin. Your pores are going to get clogged up, you know, you're going to have breakouts, and you just need to have a layer underneath that makeup, okay? So next, you need a primer. What is a primer, you ask? I will tell you. A primer is something that you put on your face so that your makeup lasts longer throughout the day. Also, a primer would help with certain problem areas you have on your skin. For example, if you have redness, there are Smashbox photo finish primers that are used for correcting the redness prior to you putting on your foundation, so that redness doesn't peek through. You know what I mean? Like if you have acne problems, or like me, sometimes I get red patches on my face from the dry skin. So this is something that will help you to counteract that. There are also other things. I have large pores right around here, and when you put on foundation, it'll accentuate those pores. And so you can use a primer that helps with the pores. For example, I like to use Pores No More by Dr. Brandt. This diminishes the appearance of pores. I mean, like in seconds. It's fabulous. Also, I like to put the porefessional around the rest of my face, just to have the longevity of the makeup. There are also so many other primers for so many other things, for blemishes and all types of stuff. You can also use concealer underneath your makeup to conceal pimples or rashes or things of that sort. It'll give you extra coverage. What is concealer, you ask? So concealer is not foundation, okay? It is like foundation in many ways because it does cover up, as some full coverage foundations do as well. However, concealer is something you use to conceal things. So you use it to conceal what you don't want to be seen, okay? So you get a concealer. Let me show you one. I have a drugstore version. This is the NYX HD concealer, and I will post links in the description bar down below where you can get concealer high end, where you can get concealer low end, and the same thing for primers, okay? There are many concealers, guys, like a lot. So I'll be sure to give you a couple of choices, and also let you know where you can go and find some if you want to go to your local drugstore and things of that nature. So moving along. So after we're nice, now that the moisturizer has settled into my skin and I'm nice and moisturized, you will get a foundation. Now what you want to do is, today I'm using the Ready Set Gorgeous, okay? Now there's a difference between the Ready Set Gorgeous and then we have the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof, and this is full coverage. What is full coverage, you ask? Full coverage is when your foundation is so pigmented, it just basically covers everything. You don't need concealer, you don't need to hide anything underneath the foundation, because the foundation will just cover everything. And that's what a full coverage foundation is. Then we have light foundations, which even out your skin tone, and this is a pretty fair light foundation, and it evens out the skin tone. Let me show you. So this is the foundation here, and you see it's fairly pigmented. Evens out my skin tone, but it's not full coverage. It's lightweight. You see that? And then we have the Urban Decay. Urban Decay. Oops, that was a lot. That is just full coverage. You see that? That's full coverage. That puppy is staying on all day. But they're also very different in price point. So you have some that are expensive, and then you have some lower brands that are not so expensive. And there are some foundations that are lower in cost and that are just as good. Milani is drugstore, and you can get this at your local CVS, and Milani has full coverage. This is called Concealer and Perfect, and it is a concealer and foundation in one. And let me show you this one. This one's thick. You see that? That will cover everything. You see that? And I have a yellow undertone, so that's why I got this one. If you can see, my neck is more yellow than my face. You see? So I think we'll use the Milani today. Well, no, I'm going to use the Ready Set Gorgeous today. You can also mix foundations. So if you have a light foundation and you have a dark foundation, you're like, oh shit, I don't want to buy another foundation, because sometimes, you know, in the summer we tend to get darker. In the winter we get white again. It happens to me all the time. So, and you don't want to waste money and get a new foundation. You can always mix different colors of foundation together in your hand and make that color, that desired color that you need for your face. For me, guys, the best way for me to apply my makeup is with a beauty blender. Beauty blender, beauty blender. I love using the beauty blender. Oops. I love my beauty blender. Beauty blender, beauty blender, beauty blender. And I had just used my beauty blender, that's why it's dirty. Before I did this video, I was kind of just practicing to see what I wanted to demonstrate to you guys. So this is, I think, the best thing to use is a beauty blender. You can use some water, or you can use Max Fix Plus Prep and Prime. And what this will do is just add moisture to your beauty blender, and it'll be easier for you to apply your foundation, okay? I will leave links where you can get all this stuff in the description box, okay guys? I'm going in with Pores No More. I'm going to put a little bit on my finger, because I don't need a lot. If you have very oily skin, you can put this all over your face. This is very mattifying, and what I mean by that is that it will soak up all that oil throughout the day all over your face, okay? If you have very oily skin, but I have dry skin, so I have to be very careful the way I use this. So I like to dab it here, because I have large pores here, and here, and the same thing on the other side. So, yeah. And I have some right here on my forehead, just a little. And now you want to let that set in. And then you can also put primer all over your face for the longevity of the makeup, to make it last longer if you're going to an event or anything of that nature. Then we have concealer, where we can go ahead and conceal certain parts of our face we don't want to show, like these little red dots. I could conceal these. I never do this step, but I'm gonna do it for the sake of this video, just to show you guys that you can conceal certain areas of your face that you would like to conceal. So red dots, and then I'm just going to blend that in with my finger. You want to be sure that your hands are clean. We just washed our face, so my hands are clean. And then you're just going to blend that in, but not too much where it disappears. And the only reason I'm doing this is because I'm not using a full coverage foundation, so I don't want no red dots peeking through, okay? So there we go. We have covered up all all the things that we want to cover up. Now I'm going to take my Ready Set Gorgeous. I'm going to put just a drop, kind of, sort of, drop on the top of my hand. I'm going to take my finger first, and I'm going to jot this all over my face like so. And I want a very sheer look. I'm gonna put a little more because I didn't have enough. And I'm just gonna keep jotting, jot, 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 jot. And then you want to be sure to put it on your neck, guys. Don't forget your neck. Please don't forget your neck, because you have to make sure that this foundation blends into the color of your neck. You don't want two colors, one color on your face and one on your neck. Make sure your beauty blender is damp like mine. And then we're gonna start patting in patting motions and just blending that foundation into our skin. Blend, blend, blend. And then when you get to your hairline, you want to kind of push up into your hair. Not too much where you actually paint your hair, but you want to push up into the hair so that your there's no line there of where the foundation ends and where it meets. Okay? And just keep blending. Blending is your friend. Remember that. In makeup, blending is your friend. And you do the same thing to the other side. Just make sure you go into that hairline. You don't want to show. Make sure you get your ears as well. You want your ears to match your face. Make sure you get behind your ear, down your neck. Okay? I'm gonna go get my other ear and behind my ear, down my neck. This is very important, guys. And this is a very sheer foundation. It's not a foundation that's very heavy, so that's why I like using this sometimes. The only time I'll use heavy foundation is if I'm going out to dinner or to an event. And as you can see, the foundation matches my skin tone. My neck is matched. So that's what you want, guys. You want to match your skin. So when you are going to try, and now you look like a ghost because you put all this foundation on. There are a lot of steps after this, but we are going to have an episode for each step so I can go really in depth with you guys. So also, I wanted to tell you guys, by the time you're finished with your look, you won't look this pale. Okay, that's 1. 2, when you're going to try on foundation and you're going to the store, be sure not to have any makeup on, okay? Don't have anything on your face so that when you go there, the best way for you to match yourself with the foundation is you put it on your cheek. This is what I do. I put it here, right between my cheek and my neckline, right here. And I take it and I rub it in my face, and then I rub it down my neck. And if it matches with my neck, then that is the foundation for me, okay? And you could match your face if you want, but remember, it has to come down into your neck. It has to blend into your neck. So if your face is a lot whiter than your neck, it's not gonna blend together, and it's really not gonna look nice. So you have to be careful with that. If you go to Sephora, I'm sure they have a machine to match you. I've heard it doesn't always work. I match myself when I go to Sephora, and that's how I do it. I bring the foundation from here and I blend it all the way down into my neck where the shades are different. If you have the same shade on your face as your neck, then you can just blend right here in this spot, or right here where you can see in the Sephora mirror, and blend it right there and you can get your desired shade. Okay, guys? So happy hunting for foundation. Comment down below. Let me know what foundation you bought and how it worked out for you. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Girl, I know you didn't see my video all the way to the end and forget to subscribe. Hi. What are you still doing here? Go subscribe.